the kinds of conversations we've had about consciousness, about human behavior, about chemistry and AI is just, these are not conversations I have on a day-to-day basis. This is not a space I never even thought I would have access to and have my opinion be asked. It's been fantastic for my brain. Am I tired? Yes. But am I happy tired? Yes.
My experience of Sci Foo is that unlike most conferences where people are there to network, at Sci Foo it feels more like the ideas are there to network with each other.
Sci Foo not only brings scientists together, but also technologists, artists, journalists, academics, entrepreneurs, funders, policy people. Increasingly, we include ethicists.
And hackers.
And always a lot of hackers or makers. Throw in some artists to season the soup.
Those aren't just like stellar thinkers, as well as like those new grad students, those new independent researchers that we're just beginning to see like that spark come from them and try to get them to come here.
And part of what we've done is we find the people who are at the cutting edge, try to bring them together in different ways, and then tell their story and in a way that makes sense of it.
And we knew that excited, smart people would, they weren't one-trick ponies. They still had that interest and passion in building stuff. And so we wanted to see what they were up to.
Yeah.
So Sci Foo, I think it's a cup of curiosity.
And at Sci Foo, it's the diversity that's amazing.
It's just the swirling around of interdisciplinary work, of hearing different perspectives from people who are doing different and really incredible things.
It's a playground for nerds, and it's just so wonderful to have these deep, enriching conversations.
I think the first thing to say about Sci Foo is it's a place for happy brains to mingle. We create the conference together, and it results in fantastic conversations that sometimes blow your mind, sometimes are life-changing, but always are pleasant.
What Sci Foo does and what the unconference structure does is it allows for true kind of cross-fertilization of ideas and collaboration in the room.
What I feel moving through Sci Foo is a sense of individual brains floating around trying to find their natural and unnatural linkages with each other. I think those conversations you have late at night where you've had a couple of drinks and the talk goes off into strange and wonderful places.
I think there are lots of subtle intangibles that are so conducive to bringing people together in terms of conversation. But of course, its overall structure is that, by definition, there's nothing on these whiteboards. Just fill it in.
There is no advance schedule. You may not know what you're going to talk about until you arrive.
Yeah.
That whole, you have to go up to a physical board and write with a pen to get your session in. Having the right kind of friction actually makes the event work better. A format that is not lectures or talks or people sitting in a dark room with somebody on stage, but smart people engaged with one another trying to discover something new as opposed to explain what they've already discovered.
It's been fantastic. I've had outstanding conversations. I've had a chance to go to sessions that I've only ever dreamt of attending.
It's a session I attended on intermittent fasting in 2019.
There was one just focusing on climate risks and extreme climate risks, and that was an example for me of something that's completely outside of what I do.
The best was the Vatican Observatory, and he was talking about this intersection between science, faith, and and the nature of the universe.
Irene Pepperdine and parrots, all these things that the stuff I already know isn't as interesting as the people who know stuff I don't know much about. Because in the end, part of what you're trying to do here is find out, how could this be relevant to my work?
And I think that's another nice thing about Sci Foo is that you get like the whole person and not just their specialty.
You know, I felt just bolstered by everybody in the room and their enthusiasm to contribute to an idea. In fact, that particular session, my very first Sci Foo, led to 2 really impactful projects just based on the conversations I had while I was here.
So the spontaneous opportunities to meet and have random sort of serendipity play a huge role in terms of who is talking to who and what you hear and what you learn about.
I always feel it's important to hear from different voices, people from different cultures, different countries.
One of the things that is very important to me is that we have not just diversity and representation in the sciences and the social sciences, but that we understand context and history when we think about very complex topics like racial health or sexism within research.
A normal conference would be really focused, and I think the things you'd see there is incremental bits of research. I think what you see at Sci Foo is such a diverse group of people, such a diverse group of research.
And it's much more like just hanging out with friends, but really, really cool and amazing friends.
And very much it's like a family. It is sort of like a family reunion for people in science or whatever their field is.
You've got these not just ordinary geniuses. There are special people brought here.
So it's not just about Sci Foo, it's what happens after Sci Foo, how we connect together, email each other, listen to each other, and can pull upon each other's wisdom, experience, and expertise so that we can together collectively create a better future.
So you're not just solving problems for just one corner of the world, you're solving problems for everybody. So then you're uplifting everybody, you're not just leaving people behind, right?
So I would just say keep an eye on what you can make better, what you can change, and try some stuff out.
The thing about Sci Foo is that even when the boards are coming down, the doors are closing behind us, we're all piling onto the coach back to the airports, it's not really the end. Because collaborations are just starting, conversations have just begun. So it's not the end really, it's just the beginning.